A minority view and some thoughts on the origin of the Arabic word Rasul. Rasul. There's been many views on the origins of Islam, and one of which suggests if even Muhammad even existed, may hellfire be ever upon him. There has been some speculation as to whether Muhammad as an actual historical figure existed or was made up. Funnily enough, the movie, or rather the series Dune in the books, reveal a very subtle difference in belief systems between Shia and Sunni religions. Note that the Mahdi, which comes from the word guidance, Hadi, actually has its roots in another theory of mine, might have its roots in the gospel, John 16:15, in the Greek, quote, he will guide you all in truth, end quote. In Arabic, in Syriac, I believe, but don't quote me, there is a Greek find that we find in the root word in Strong's number 3598 Greek, hodos, which means the way or to guide. Interestingly, and I don't know if this is a coincidence, but seeing that in the false gospel, Barnabas, in chapters 41, 42, 43, 44, 97, 98, and 220, all mention Muhammad in the remaining manuscripts, which are in Spanish, Italian, and Latin. Latin specifically, Mahoma, and in Spanish, Mahomet. Very ironic, but also very telling. I think there's something trying to be communicated here, even though this manuscript is only supposed to be dated from the 11th-ish or 12th-ish century. But notice something. The root Rasul, Ra, Sa, La. Rasul means messenger, apostle. Risala, which is something I remember being taught by my blessed teacher, means message. Al-Risala, or Al-Risal means message. And Arsal, or Arsalan, or Ursul, meaning he sent, I sent, he sends. Arabic immediately built a full system of words based off of this root of Rasul. Only in Syriac do we see message from a loan word from the Arabic, which is risala, but I venture to say that it was probably a Christian term, but again, I have no evidence for that at the moment. But I remember learning this and then automatically accepting that Rasul was the noun form coming from arsal, or risala, which means arsal, which means send or I send, or ursul, which is he sent, or huwa ursal, he sends. But it's a word unique to Arabic, which means it has its origins, I think, from Syriac, which made me think, speculatively, of course, that maybe rasul is a word like smoky residue from a pistol barrel that was once shot 1,400 something years ago. What if we accept that Muhammad did not exist as a premise? Bear with me. We go off of this premise, and the messenger takes on different forms, hence the whole 12er Shia offshoot and offshoots from the Islamic narrative, which has made one big cluster, what, out of the 1040 window. But aside, we are saying the end of Islam before our eyes, not just as a heresy academically, but also in practice, commonly. It is predicated on lies and as such cannot stand. The plagiarisms affirm this. Plus, for budding linguists, it's fun to see all the word forms and be like, hey, I think I know what that word is, and connect the dots and lines for communication post-Pentecostal era. So going back to what I mentioned of the Gospel of Barnabas, which is trash, we see that in chapter 39, I'm going to go over some references here. The messenger, quote from Gospel of Barnabas, chapter 39, the messenger of God shall come, who shall be called Muhammad, and God shall give him dominion. Chapter 41, in the time of that messenger of God, whose name is Muhammad, God shall give him power over the ungodly. Chapter 42, God will send his messenger Muhammad, for whom he's made all things. Chapter 43, which there's some variant wording across editions apparently, from what I found from Wikipedia. Again, I shouldn't quote Wikipedia, but I did verify that in this false gospel of Barnabas, chapter 43, the messenger of God, Muhammad, shall come and shall destroy idolatry. Some editions omit the name here, others include it. Chapter 44, the blessed Muhammad shall come, and through him God shall make known his law. Chapter 97, Jesus answered, thought that was interesting. The messenger of God is called Muhammad. God has made him greater than all the prophets. Chapter 98, the name of the messenger of God is Muhammad, and he shall be sent for the salvation of many nations. And final major reference, I didn't even go over the references that allude to this figure, or rather, what is it? Name, title. Chapter 220, the name of the messenger is Muhammad, and God has given him a mighty kingdom, and through him shall God be glorified. These texts only remain in Spanish, Italian, and Latin. It's a pseudo-epigraphical work. It's supposed to be dated around the 1200s at the latest. So all this to say, it's a theory that I'm just going to throw out there, that this is an honorific term. That's what I meant to say. It's a name for somebody, which is a minority view in academia. Islamic Origins with Mel on YouTube channel is one of the guys who has proposed this, as well as Jay Smith and all those other guys, which are great. I love them, and they speak volumes and are miles ahead of me as far as apologetics against the standard Islamic narrative goes. But I'm going to throw this theory out there. Number one, based off of the premise that Muhammad doesn't exist, bear with me, is number two, that the messenger of Rasul is one who fills the role as Mahdi, which therefore means number three, the Mahdi is like a pope or messenger, right?